Hey, what's going on, guys? Red Eye Gamer here. I know it's been a while, but hopefully, getting into the holidays, we'll be able to get back to some videos here. So much is going on, man. These from Tomb Raider to the was it multiplayer of Uncharted 4, to sales. I mean, there is a lot happening in gaming right now. What I want to do is I'm gonna break those up into different videos and just come at you, with different topics, and so we don't have to keep that in one video. I don't want these videos to be too long. So in this one, I want to talk about Tomb Raider. Um, Tomb Raider, man, I did not expect those sales to be that low. I think they have actually crossed half of a million right now. But at one point I had checked, and I think the opening week was 300,000 sold, and I'm like, man, and I didn't buy it either. To be real, I got an Xbox One and a PS4. I didn't buy it either. There's just too many games. I can't. This is one. It's amazing how in the beginning of this year we were screaming drought, we were screaming no games, and now I cannot. I promise I cannot keep up with all these games. I'm on The Witcher 3 now, and I've been playing that mug, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish that game. The game is beautiful. It has so many side quests that are good. The side quests are actually good, and so they have this thing where they deter you from going to the main story, and the world is huge. But this is not a Witcher 3 review, I'm just telling you that there's just so many. I have not opened Metal Gear Solid 5 yet. I have not even opened that game yet. And they're telling me that game is huge. So forget Fallout 4. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I don't even have time for that. I was gonna get Just Cause 3. I don't have time for that. Games that I do have time for, would be just small pickup games like, maybe Battlefront or, just like, multiplayer. I did play the Uncharted beta, and I enjoyed that, but that's going to be another video. But Tomb Raider, let's get to Tomb Raider. What happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Fallout 4 happened, and Microsoft had come on. I think they came on IGN, and or was it Kind of Funny? I think Colin was talking to him. He was saying, "Hey, man, you sure about this? Well, this is the best time we can release the game." And I don't know if it was the best time to release the game, because Microsoft had so much time during the year. Like, they had so much time, and I really believe that they should have, Square Enix should have really cracked the whip and tried to get that game out in the middle of the year. Not while all this other stuff is coming. You don't want to go up against a Fallout 4. You don't want to go up against a Fallout 4. And that's a lesson for any other developer out here. You want to make sure you know when the multiplats is coming out, because honestly, a lot of these exclusives cannot match these multiplats. And I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, PS4 ain't got no games. Such and such ain't got no." They got games. They got multiplats. See. And the thing is, that whole argument with exclusive and stuff, that is no longer valid anymore. The exclusive argument that goes back and forth, who has the better exclusive, that doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, it matters in a sense where if you like a certain type of style, or like a certain genre of game, or like a certain title that Sony owns, or a certain title that Xbox owns, then okay, I got you there, because you're not going to ever see Gears get on a Sony platform. You're not going to ever see an Uncharted get on a Microsoft platform. So, yeah, okay, you can argue that stuff, which has better aim and all that stuff, but for the most part, you've got a ton of multiplats that kicks the exclusives butt. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of multiplats here. Now, Tomb Raider, it's not really exclusive. It's a timed exclusive, and man, I feel kind of bad for Square Enix. I know they're coming up on the media saying, "Oh, we're pleased with the reviews that Tomb Raider." The thing is, Tomb Raider never was a bad. I enjoy the first one, and I'm gonna enjoy this one. I would have gotten Tomb Raider if I didn't have anything to play, but it's wet. It is raining games, and Tomb Raider is like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a great 2000. I'm gonna put it on the back burner for 2016. It's coming out on the PS4. I can wait then. By that time I'll be done with all. I'll be able to pick up Fallout 4, and then by that time, and Uncharted is coming out. So that's gonna satisfy me right there. Right now, I'm full. I got my gaming fix right now. So Tomb Raider, it's sad because I'm looking at that game. I'm looking at some of the game. It looks really good. It looks really good, and I've seen a lot of guys talk about it. I saw Broken Games review. Matter of fact, I think it was Broken Games a game of the year. And so, I mean, not to say that his game of the year is like the end all be all, but what I'm saying is that it really looks like a good game, and think I really think that they kind of messed up with that deal. I don't think that they should have done that deal. Now, What's interesting is, how do you guys think Tomb Raider is going to do when it comes out next year on the PS4? It's going to be very interesting. Now, if that mug end up selling like 20 million copies or 20, I mean, because the install base is going to be way bigger than what it is now. So, could you imagine? I don't think, even though Tomb Raider didn't do well, at this season, even though it's going to be amazing to see how that game does next year on the PS4 and once it releases on PC. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work. A lot of people are toting that uh, Sony, that Microsoft had the better year, and as far as exclusives go, I think they brought it. I think they brought it versus Sony. But Sony was the thing about bringing these exclusives. Halo 5, all that good stuff. That's all great. And I love games. I'm glad that they did that in a sense. But you have to be strategic in when you bring these games in. It's one thing to have a good. I hear a lot of people arguing, like, oh, they have the best lineup, they have the best exclusive, and all that. That's great. That's awesome. But it's not awesome if I don't have time to play them. You know what I'm saying? I am no longer 15 years old. I am no longer, 12. I don't have time to play all these games. BG, I know I'm giving a lot of credit to BG, but he made an interesting video about time, not having time to play games. And if you go down in my videos, you'll see when I said the gamers who grew up, and I talk about that. We just don't have time. I got a child. I got a family now. I can't. So right now, I'm really strategic on how I buy my games. I just don't have time. A little email just came in. I don't have time. I don't have time. So I'm being very strategic with the time that I do play my games and the games that I pick up. The Order 1886. I just picked that game up for $10 on Black. I remember when that game straight up came out in February. It came out February 20th, I want to say. I could be wrong. Y'all can correct me on that. It came out February 20th. $60. Black Friday sale, digital. I bought it for digital for $10. And what I'm noticing is if you wait, and I guess that happens. Anything you get right off the bat, or anything that if you don't buy it right away, it depreciates over time, right? I'm starting to learn that with games. If you don't buy them right away, eventually that price is going to go down. And I can basically jump on the PC bandwagon, buying games for $5, $10. If I wait like a couple of years, or not a couple of years, but like maybe 5 to 8 months. Let that $60 game drop down to $40. Or in the Order 1886 game, let that $60 game drop down to $10. $10. Oh man, that was awesome. But Tomb Raider, yeah, I'm not shocked, but I am shocked. Because I thought a lot more people would. There were so many people, raising the roof about that game, and I don't know. People may still be salty about that whole deal. People may still be salty. They may still be salty. I don't even know if Xbox gamers bought that. I'm an Xbox gamer. I didn't buy it. So I don't even know, because I think most people this generation have two systems. So naturally, you're going to go with the system that seems that is toting to be more. Well, factually, it is the most powerful. PS4 is a little bit more powerful than the Xbox One. So me, gradually, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just waiting to get it with a better resolution, probably better, everything. I'm gonna wait till next year because my thing is, I'm playing games already. I'm good. I'm so good. Yeah. So, like I said, Tomb Raider. It looks like a great game. It looks like it got great reviews. I feel bad that it did not get the sales that it deserved. But at the end of the day, I didn't buy it, so maybe I'm to blame, but I am going to buy it next year. So it's not really over. You know what I'm saying? It's not really over for Tomb Raider as far as the game, because who's to say that next year that game is going to kind of, so I think it's just a lesson for any other developers trying to partner up with Microsoft. You might want to just chill out that, because at this point, if you want to sell games, you got to get your game on the Sony platform. That's just a given. That's no fanboy stuff. No. Factual stuff says that if you want your game to have a higher ratio of selling with more people, more money, get that thing on the PS4. Get it on the PS4, because the install base is higher, hands down. There's no arguing that fact. So yeah, did you guys get Tomb Raider, or are you guys waiting? Let me know. Red Eye Gamer out.